Hey y'all, this is Sherelle Martin with Nitram Financial Solutions, where we do bookkeeping without boundaries. So last week we talked about why you would be a bad bookkeeper, and it was our employee edition. So I share with you some reasons and things that would make you a bad bookkeeper if you worked for another company. This week we're going to talk about why you would be a bad bookkeeper, entrepreneur edition. So these tips or these things are reasons why, as someone who wants to be in business as doing bookkeeping, you want to own your own bookkeeping business, you want to support clients yourself. Here are some reasons why you would be bad at doing bookkeeping. So the first reason that you would be bad at bookkeeping is you love the thrill of unpredictable income. Being a bookkeeper and running a bookkeeping business guarantees you predictable income. In the world of tech, they call it monthly recurring revenue, or MRR. So that means that because assuming you're charging fixed prices, you're charging clients a set fee over a certain number of months, right? You're saying, hey, we'll do this bookkeeping for you for $500 a month, or $1,000 a month, or $2,500 a month, whatever the number is for you, because that's a whole separate video. Um, you're going to be charging them the same amount a month every month. And different clients may be charged different rates. That's not the point. The point is that you're charging the same amount every month for clients. That provides you the comfort of knowing every single month how much money you're going to bring into the business. And so that is what makes being bookkeeping or doing bookkeeping a good business venture, because you know every month what you're going to make. You don't have to guess. You don't have to plan it out. Well, you do need to plan it out, but you don't have to guess and try to figure out and wonder, oh my God, am I going to get paid this month? Unless you're working with clients who are bouncing payments not going through. And again, a totally separate video. But if you are working with businesses who are paying you every single month, they're paying you the same thing every single month, you know what your income is going to be. And that is predictable income. So if you don't like that and you want to go out and try to figure out and you want to wonder how much you're going to get paid every single month, then by all means, bookkeeping is not for you. The second reason you will be bad at bookkeeping is if you don't like controlling your own schedule. So again, this is the entrepreneur edition. So working for yourself, running a bookkeeping business, you control your schedule. You work when and how you want to work. And I know people don't talk about that as much now, I think, as they did when I first started the business about 12 years ago. But that is a key thing for starting a business. That is a key reason why people want to run their own business. They want to work when they want to work. They want to work how they want to work. They want to work with who they want to work, right? They want to work for causes and beliefs that they believe in, not that somebody else believe in, that they don't support. And so having control of your schedule and having control of your time is a key reason why people start running their own business. And when you're working in bookkeeping, you can have even more control over that, because doing bookkeeping, you're doing pretty much the same thing every month. Like, it's repetitive. You beginning the month, you're closing out the books, you're meeting with clients, you're having conversations with them, and then it starts all over again in the next month. That's high level, real simplified. But you control when you work, you control how you work. I am not a morning person. I'm not. Everybody wants to do everything at the crack of dawn. That's not me. I don't even come to my desk until 10 a.m. because I work for myself, because I have that choice to make that decision that my schedule is not going to be 8 to 5 or 7 to 4 or 6 to 3, because I don't want to work that early in the morning. I want to sleep. And so I come in at 10. Now I do get up a little earlier than 10. I do some working out. I have some time with God. Like, I do things, run errands, whatever I want. But I don't enter my office until 10 a.m. And then I work until 6 or 7 p.m. That works for me. That may not work for other people, and that may not work for you. But because I run my own bookkeeping business, I control how I work and when I want to work. And so if you don't want to have that type of control and you want to be told when to come in and when to leave, then bookkeeping business is not for you. A third reason that you would be bad at bookkeeping is that you want to work all the time, you want to work around the clock, and you don't want to be able to take any time off. That is not the case in the bookkeeping business. Are there times of the year where you work a little more than normal? Yes, because of tax season, right? You tend to work more hours during that time. But again, because you have control of your schedule and you have control of how you work, It does not mean that you are working around the clock. It does not mean you have to stay late and work after hours because someone told you to do that because you needed to finish some work. You can schedule your time and work when you want. I heard a thing the other day. There's always been this thing about work-life balance. And you hear people say work-life balance doesn't really exist. That's not even a real thing because there is no balance. And then you started hearing people talk about work-life harmony. And there was a point when I was like, I don't even know what that means. What does that mean, work-life harmony? And the explanation someone gave is work-life harmony is it's like working for yourself a notch up, right? So you can come to work, do some work, and you're feeling like, I'm tired right now, or I need to run some errands, or I need to have some appointments. And so you break. But no one is telling you that you can't break. No one is telling you that you're not allowed to break, right? You can take the break and then come back and work later. If, like for me, I find that I work really, really well in the morning and I work really well in the evening. The afternoon, not so much. After lunch, I'm kind of I'm not as productive, as I'll say, as I am first thing in the morning and at the late at night. And I think it's because during those times, the morning is because I'm bright, fresh, up, energized, brand new. At the end of the day is when everybody else is gone and it's quiet. Nobody is emailing me, inboxing me, calling me, so I can kind of focus a little bit. And so for me, it works better if I work first thing in the morning, and then the afternoon, either I am doing meetings, errands, things that don't require me to actually physically do tactitional work. And then in the evenings, I go back and then I finish the work because that's what works for me. Again, I have the flexibility of controlling how I work and when I work. And then I don't have to work late hours, long hours into the night, overnight. I don't have to work long hours because somebody said we have a deadline. You have to meet that deadline because I've already structured my schedule in a way to help me meet those deadlines without burning myself out and being overworked. So if you don't want to have that flexibility and you don't want to have the control and you like working long hours and late hours to try to prove a point to somebody, then bookkeeping may not be for you. A fourth reason that bookkeeping may not be good for you and you may be bad at bookkeeping is you like chaos. You don't like structure. You don't like order. You want to work in chaos. This is not the field for you. Bookkeeping is about creating financial organization. You are taking data that comes inbound and you're organizing it for business owners so that they can make decisions and so that they can grow their businesses. If that is not your jam and you don't want to do that and you don't want to do the same thing month to month and you don't want to do things in a structured, organized way and you like the chaos and all the mess and all the things, then bookkeeping may not be for you and this might not be the industry that you want to go into. I love the process of making the numbers make sense. I always say numbers don't lie. You've heard that before, I'm sure. Numbers don't lie, numbers tell a story. And so when everything is done correctly and organized in a structured way, the story unfolds and it just makes sense. It is the thing that keeps me doing what I do and wanting to support business owners because I love seeing how the numbers tell the story and explaining that story to a business owner and for them to get it. And like once the light bulb goes off and they're like, oh, I get it, I understand. And then they can take that information and use it to make other decisions about how they want to run their business, how they want to grow their business. It just makes me feel good, right? It just makes me know that I have done something to help them and I have supported them in this way and they will be the better off for it. So I like structure. I like organization. I don't like chaos. And so that is another reason why I stay in this field. But if you are a person who does not do that and you thrive on the chaos and the unorganization, then you might not be a good bookkeeper. And lastly, fifth reason why you would be bad at bookkeeping is you don't like numbers and you want to avoid them all together. You want to avoid them at all costs. You do not open the mail when the bills come. You do not read the financials when they come. You could care less about the numbers and what they mean and what they say. If that is the case, then you would be horrible at bookkeeping, because bookkeeping is all about the numbers, right? We're all about making the numbers organized and making sure that they make sense and making sure that they tell the story of what actually happened. We're not making up information. We're not making up data. We're not fantasizing about things. These are actually what happened, and the numbers tell that story. So if that's not your jam, again, if you don't like numbers, you think math can go off and do other things, then this is probably not the field for you. I get it. I hear people say all the time, like, I'm bad at math or I'm bad at numbers. And you don't need to be a rocket science. That's our core value. It's not rocket science. You don't need to know long division to make it work, right? It's no more than fifth grade math. It's adding, subtracting, multiplying, and a little bit of division. Nothing complicated, nothing simple. But I understand numbers and math is not for everybody. Some people break out in sweats, they get anxiety attacks from it. And that's totally understandable. And if that is you, again, then this is not going to be the space for you, because there is a lot of mathing. There's a lot of compliance. There's a lot of rules. If you're not a rule follower, this is probably not the industry for you. That should be number 6. I didn't have a number 6, but that's number 6. If you are not a rule follower, you like to break all the rules and go against the grain, then bookkeeping is probably not the industry for you, because the math part is just a little bit of it. The bulk of it is the compliance and understanding accounting and understanding the rules that need to be followed to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be, and making sure that things are coded correctly in a way that makes sense, right? And that it's not all haphazardly and it's not all chaotic. And so if you don't like following the rules and you want to break all the rules and you think the rules are dumb and not necessary, then you would be, again, bad at bookkeeping, and this is not the industry for you. So those are 5 reasons why you would be bad at bookkeeping, the Entrepreneur's Edition. If you found this information helpful, please feel free to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Share it with anyone that you know who may be thinking about bookkeeping and wanting to do it as a business, so that they can determine if this is the space for you. That's all I got for you guys this week. I'll see you next time.